That's right. There is the tall tree they call Isaac Trumble. Take a look at that frame. Wrestlers have a tough time cracking it. His defense second to none. Dangerous wrestler for NC State at 197, earning the top seed. This is his first ACC championship match. Received a bye earlier today. Remember, he lost a wrestle-off late last year to Nick Rena. So despite being a part of the Wolfpack lineup a season ago, he did not get a chance to wrestle in the postseason. So here he is, his debut, his much-anticipated debut, Rock.
And when these two wrestled last season, Max Shaw was up, took Trumble down a couple times, and then Trumble came back and pinned him. So one of the things that Coach Papalizio and the NC State staff knows is that Isaac Trumble is very good from a defensive standpoint, but they know that he's got to do a little more to create offense. Look at the heavy hips there. Heavy hips. Is going to try and chase the ankle. He's going to keep moving. It's a hustle game now. Who's going to hustle more? And the hustle looks like it's going to be won by Trumble. But good job by Max Shaw by keeping the fight there. Little shin whizzer. Shin wizard. Isaac Trumble's going to try and bring it up to use his height and bring it right back to the center. Now, what Max Shaw has to do is fight hands. Just kind of grab the hands and fingers, as he's doing right now. Try to grab the hands and fingers to frustrate Trumble. So, patience. Patience by both wrestlers. No, nothing. Whoa.
How about that for a couple of 97-pounders and that scramble that we just saw?
That was a. Now they're going to look at that. They're going to look to see if that first scramble. But let's look at it, fans. So he goes behind. Trumble does. Now he starts to roll. It wasn't a hand touch because his hand never touched. Now let's look at it again, because if I missed something, maybe his hand did touch, but I saw kind of a forward roll. So it's a takedown.
Takedown Trumble.
Sean, let's talk about it again. NC State makes their money off of being tough on top, and we're about to see the attempt by Trumble to be tough on top. Oh, stretching Max Shaw out, and this is tough. This is tough. And when he stretches, he keeps his hips right at the lower back, where it's a lot more challenging to get your hips underneath you. And as he stretches forward, he lifts his legs up to give a back arch type of scenario for Trumble.
Trumble went through the big names of this conference at 197. He had a win over Aiello in sudden victory, 7-5 this year. Wins over Bonacorsi as well. Max Shaw, just a run that this youngster has enjoyed for Pat Papalizio in his freshman year out of Springfield, Nebraska, located just outside the Omaha metro area.
Defers, and Trumble's going to go underneath.
Had a special moment this season after his win against Aiello. It was Military Appreciation Night, so following the duel, he took his oath of enlistment into the Army National Guard right in the center of the mat. Special moment for him and his family. Well, speaking of family, Rock, he had a chance to wrestle in front of family at the U.S. Open this year with it hosted in Lincoln. Chance to wrestle in front of family and friends. And you look at the ranked wins this year, Rocky Elam and Missouri, Bonacorsi, and then a sudden victory against Aiello. The common denominator, maybe with the exception of Aiello, low scoring. That's typically how he gets it done.
Absolutely right. He knows what he's good at. He keeps himself in to positions where he can use his size and length to his advantage. And there's the patented pop clap. Oh, there's a shot right there by Trumble. No control yet. So he wants to try and keep that foot in and bring his opponent back to the center. He's gonna try and just suck it in. Is that a takedown? Is that a takedown? That's a takedown right there. 2 takedown for Trumble.
What do you think Trumble stands, Rock? What would you say?
Stands taller than me, probably 6'3", 6'4".
That's what I'm thinking. You know, that 6'3" frame. They've talked about his evolution as far as where he might go in the future, and heavyweight with that tall frame. You can obviously tell he can pack on some pounds, still young in the process.
He's going to keep the pressure moving forward. Pressure moving forward, right on the hand. So when you ride someone, a lot of people want to stay on the hips. You can, but you want to keep the pressure on his opponent's hands, moving forward, because without you getting your hands free, you can't push back. You can't fight for wrist control if you're trying to keep yourself from being flattened. Once again, legs are in, and he's arching, giving it a little back arch action.
All Isaac Trumble after period 2. Familiar position for Wolfpack fans, riding at the end of a period in a 5-0 lead. And the moments that we were talking about earlier this year, a military appreciation night where he officially took his oath of enlistment into the Army National Guard right in the center of the mat, read the enlistment in front of the fans who were on hand. And coming from the heartland, commuted 30 miles to attend Millard South because they had a little bit of a stronger wrestling program. Really never fully committed to the sport of wrestling until his junior year. He talked about how he was embarrassed as you see Shaw get something working in his favor, and he gets the 2, gets control. But he talked about how embarrassed he was. He really didn't have a top 5 board. Schools weren't interested in him. North Carolina State swooped in late. Man, did they find a dandy.
That's one of the things that NC State wants to work on Trumble. When he takes shots, sometimes he takes errant shots. And you saw the quickness of Max Shaw to follow him. So Max Shaw wants to try and keep Trumble down for 31 seconds to try to erase the riding time. Trumble's up, just stalking. He doesn't have to do too much here. He knows he doesn't want to put himself in a tough position.
So I'm curious, let's dive into your perspective with Trumble. As the rest of the country gets ready to see him at the Nationals coming up in a couple of weeks, if you were to script up a plan to attack him and beat him, what's the best plan for that with his defense and his hips that he showed us?
Oh, nice takedown there. What I would do is you want to double up. You cannot take a shot with him straight on. And you want to go at angles because straight on, his hips are so heavy. So you want to get your sweep singles. You want to try some shrugs, but you don't want to go head on with him because he has good, strong hips. Easier said than done, but that's what would be my attempt if I'm coaching against him.
Isaac Trumble, the top seed in his first ACC championship, survives test 1. Convincing 9-2 victory over Max Shaw of North Carolina. Trumble into the